20. Inshallah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir raheem. Ati Allah, ati Rasulul ulul amri minkum. And always a reminder from myself, ana abdukal ajizu da'eefu miskeen zalim majahal, and but for the grace of Allah that was still in existence. Alhamdulillah that Allah granted an honour for us to be from the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad, and then Allah granted us a reward beyond imagination, that to be from the people of haqqaiq and the people of the people of ishq wa muhabbat for Sayyidina Muhammad. And alhamdulillah that this holy month of Rajab and subhana man huwa khalaqal nur, in which Allah the hidden treasure wanting to be known, and that La ilaha illallah will bring out an immensity and an immense reality. And through that reality perfection will be known, beatific oceans of reality will be known, Allah's Divinely powers will be known, and brought into existence Muhammadun Rasulullah, that the immensity of that light, blessings of that light. And the Isra wal Miraj is that Allah bringing Prophet back into his immense ma'rifah, and that nothing in creation can reach its true reality until their master is dressed by its immense reality. That with the immensity of the soul and the spirituality of Muhammadun Rasulullah, that Allah brings to the physicality and the completion of the cycle of the physicality having to know itself. And who knows himself will know his Lord. And in our spiritual training is the teaching is that each atom, just one atom, has a nucleus, and there's 7 rings that must be traversed. The outermost ring is our electromagnetic existence, and the search for Allah is not from the outer ring out to the universe. There is no universe, everything exists within the atom. So that the inner reflection, inner reality that Allah wants for the servant. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And that I'm not on heaven and I'm not on earth, but I'm in the heart of my believer. And as a result Allah brings Prophet because this is the example of all the ways of ma'rifah, that from your outer reality that come now through your 7 paradises, your 7 realities until you reach the nucleus of your existence and your reality. And as Prophet is traversing these 7 rings and entering into the nucleus, that becomes the Divinely Presence. Sidratul Muntaha, Qab Qawsaini aw Adana, means that as Prophet is moving towards the immensity of that reality, that nucleus is the source of all powers, and that no one can reach and nothing can reach, not an angel, not a prophet, not anything in Allah's creation can reach its true ma'rifah until the master of all realities moves through that reality. So whatever any creation knew of itself is not complete until the Miraj of Sayyidina Muhammad, that the cycle is complete. Means the one from the reality of the nucleus Allah brings out to the world of form, and as a result of that world of form, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, had that reality of the nucleus and the Muhammadan haqqaiq not come out into the world of form, nothing would reach its reality. And as a result Allah describes, I would not have sent except that it's a mercy for all of mankind. Because we've described in the way of marifah that from that inner soul and malakut Allah creates a form, that form has to reach towards its realities, and each of the rings that it traverses it opens all of the realities of that ring, of that paradise. Means every paradise that Prophet was opening, like we describe when you farm and there's orbits or rings, I don't know how you would describe it, like rings of water for example, and every ring that you break it frees the flow of all its realities upon your physicality until you reach all the way to the nucleus. As soon as you puncture the reality of the nucleus, means the nucleus and 7 rings are flowing upon that servant. They're being nourished from all their realities. You're not existing only from the outer reality, but every one of your realities, every one of your 7 identities all the way to the center of it is dressing and nourishing the servants. Who knows himself will know his Lord. And in each paradise is a reality of the servant, and they must know the name that they exist within that paradise, the purpose of that name, the reality of that name in which Allah gave to the servant. That name is the source of your power for praise, your source of power for struggle against the nafs, your source of reality within the haqqaiqs and the oceans of haqqaiqs, and your reality within the Muhammadan haqqaiqs all the way to the center and to the nucleus, in which every servant is dressed from a name of Allah that governs. Means that they have a Rabb, and their Rabb is one of Ismullah that governs their entire existence. We described many times that if Allah dressed the servant from Al-Kareem, their wujood and their entire essence is based on generosity, and shaitan tries to take that essence for his kingdom, to make them to be generous in the way of shayateen. And awliyaullah come into our lives to guide us back towards the way of Allah. So it means that the movement in to reach all our realities and to be dressed by its infinite capacities, as if the servant has his 7 personalities that he has to reach, his 7 realities, and each one that he's traversing on this Isra wal Miraj is to dress the servant. And that each one comes to describe why Allah has created them and what is the benefit and support that they give to the physicality. Means that these Rabb and these authorities that govern us until we reach to the nucleus and Rabbi al-A'la, the most powerful authority that governs all authorities. Means our journey is towards the Lord of power. As Prophet established that, means that every Prophet from every reality, from every haqqaiq was waiting for the Isra wal Miraj of Prophet. Even the archangels were waiting for the Miraj of Sayyidina Muhammad, for they never truly knew themselves until the King and the one whom is Muhammadun Rasulullah enters into the realities of knowing oneself. Because you can't enter into that presence unless you are behind Muhammadun Rasulullah. This is the haqqaiq of La ilaha illallah, doesn't allow anybody into its immense reality except through the door of Muhammadun Rasulullah. Whatever they were able to achieve of an understanding, had a had and a limit unto the physicality of Prophet was the glad tidings for all of creation. That this was the immense rahmah for all of creation. For that one whom Allah wanted to be known through, once he reaches his miraj, means the flowing fountains of the oceans of Kawthar are flowing upon all of creation. Anyone wishing to now enter into their miraj, into their reality, can enter by the rahmah and the mercy of what Prophet has established as like the complete radius to the nucleus. That whatever any Prophet or angel had established was nothing in the way, means they had a limit and a stop, until the reality of Prophet established the complete opening into the Divinely Presence. If that makes any sense for people, everybody had a limit in which to reach, but by the movement of Prophet into that nucleus is a ship that every creation behind moving into that reality, each to their limit. Even Sayyidina Jibreel on his dialogue with Prophet because like a rocket, that he's coming slightly behind Prophet as they're moving like a rocket into Divinely Presence, and at what point Sayyidina Jibreel had to stop. Why? Because beyond that is non-existence. He would burn himself out of all existence when he enters into the realities of Qawba Qawsaini aw Adam, where there is no creation, what we call machine language, Baina Ahad wa Ahmad, there is nothing that comes in between. When Allah says, Ummi baina alif and mim, that nothing comes in between. There is no creation in between that reality, there's no angel between that reality, there's no Prophet between that reality, and this is only for Muhammadun Rasulullah. As a result of Isra and Miraj, when the servants are sitting, that fountain of Kawthar and its realities have been opened. And as a result, when they train with their tafakkur, train with their muraqabah, they connect their hearts with the shaykhs, and the shaykhs are like on a rope to the heart of Prophet. That everywhere Prophet's soul is ever expanding and moving. As Allah's expanding creation, Sayyidina Muhammad's reality is ever expanding. Qawba Qawsaini wa Adana is an infinite expansion. As Allah is infinitely expanding, Prophet is right there, because it's all expanding in Muhammadun Rasulullah. At every moment, from whatever we can understand of infinite universes, infinite realities coming into existence, it comes into existence through the light of Muhammadun Rasulullah. As La ilaha illallah infinitely with an infinite speed expands, Muhammadun Rasulullah is there to bring that manifestation into the reality of Muhammadun Rasulullah. And as the servant connects their heart with this love and the ishq of those whom love Prophet, as a result that rope like a faiz, like a rocket ship, they're all continuously in a miraj. The miraj is never ending, the knowledges are never stale, the haqqaiqs are never ending, as Allah is ever expanding. As Allah infinitely expands the creation, Prophet's knowledges, realities and haqqaiqs are infinitely expanding. Means then this is the most blessed nation that Allah gives, that there's nothing more powerful, more beatific, more precious than to connect our hearts with the realities and the love of Muhammadun Rasulullah. And that these ashiqeen established a lock, itasimu bihablillah, that don't separate. And we describe the Habl and the Hub Laam. The Habl, what we call in dunya a rope, in heavens Habl is the hub and love, and the Laam is the tongue of Sayyidina Muhammad. Means the rope of Allah is the tongue of Sayyidina Muhammad. That awliyaullah teach us the only way to connect to this haqqaiq is not through aql, it's not through memorizing hadith, it's not through memorizing Holy Qur'an, because that little bit of knowledge can make you to be belligerent and arrogant and boastful and prideful. But what Allah gave to us, the only thing that can connect to that reality is a sincere and pure heart. For if that heart should look to the heart of awliya with sincerity, look to the heart of Prophet that bond can never be broken. That bond is what carries us into the Divine, the Presence, faster than the speed of thought, faster than the speed of thought. Means as people are trying to make themselves into rockets, trying to make themselves into something to move, the heart of awliya within the speed of thought is in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. So when we say that in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad is in the presence of a light that is infinitely expanding with what speed is unimaginable. They're not in the presence of a physical, they're in the presence of a reality of light. As a result of that light, that is the source of all haqqaiq, Nurul Anwar wa Sirat al-Asrar, mean the light of every secret and the secret of all light. Because everything that comes into existence, its atomic reality is light, which is the study of quantum. As a result of that infinite capacity, with love they bond into that reality. And that habl and that hub, that station and the way of love, as a result their love locked them into that reality. Their acts upon their physicality of sincerity of struggle, of coming against themselves, their desires, and every challenge that the dunya offers to them, Allah granted them that hub. And they become the habaib, the lovers of the reality. And what they cherish most of that reality is the lisan al-haq of Sayyidina Muhammad, because this is the source of all power. That in that heart the tongue of Sayyidina Muhammad is the mechanism of qudra coming out. Because we said manzil Qur'an, that if Qur'an is the power for the entire universe and energy field and source, that they try to tap into it just on dunya. Within the ether they say there's power and energy, we don't understand its source where it's coming from. And awliya tell us that every source and every power is in complete atmosphere. Every atom carries the energy of Hu. This energy of Hu and the zikr of Hu is from Hu's tongue. Allah He said, if my tongue recites, all your mountains would be like dust. Means when Allah created this ancient tongue to be known by, Allah then describing, this is the most praised one. Means the lisan al-haq and the tongue of Sayyidina Muhammad in this world of malakut is the source of all sound and all vibration. Because Allah is a qudra and power within the reality and the essence of the light of Prophet and can never be seen by creation. And all that creation can experience is from this tongue, and the reality of this vibration from that soul coming out is the source of all power emanating throughout this universe. So when Allah is describing ittasimu bihablillah, they say for dunya don't separate from the rope, but from the haqqaiqs of Allah there is no rope. That habl is hope and love, and only the lovers can truly understand the reality of this lisan al-haq, this lam and tongue of Prophet from the oceans of haqqaiq. And as a result of their love and their ishq, they take their power from that holy tongue. The praisings and the zikr and the vibrations of Sayyidina Muhammad is the vibration of their existence. In their existence and their wujud is existing from the level of the vibration that Prophet is putting upon them. And that's what was meant by they come in the Qasidatul Qasida what would we recite? In the different qasidas that we recite, that some come to Prophet with a cup full from the Kawthar, some come from ocean full and rivers full. Means what they're taking from Prophet is from the vibration of his holy zikr. That vibration for them is the Kawthar oceans that are flowing. When Allah is describing the Kawthar, Inna ataynaka al-Kawthar is the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad that abundant heart which is the source of Holy Qur'an, the power of Holy Qur'an that coming out. The holy heart and qalb al-Muhammadi is the realities of the Kawthar. And when the qalb is the talk of Allah, the qawl and the speech of Allah, again when it comes upon that lam, that lisan of Prophet is a source of power and dresses them from the Kawthar. That Kawthar is the vibration, the ishq and the love in which they resonate. The closer they draw into the love of Prophet the more power they resonate. And with such a power they resonate, people in dunya think they have magic, people in dunya have fear that they have powers. They're nothing. If you empty yourself of yourself, what resonates from you is this tongue of power. That every salawat that you make upon you, that tongue of power is praising back upon you. The Prophet described that, remember me once, Allah will let me to come and praise upon you 10 times. Now that the haqqaiq is being taught, what does that mean? That Prophet is granting for us that praise upon me, because then Allah will give me and direct my tongue, my reality to begin to praise upon you. This is the tongue of power, this is the tongue that is the Kawthar, this is the tongue that manifests the Holy Qur'an. If that tongue should praise upon you, you no longer exist, and what exists is the lights and the resonance of Muhammadun Rasulullah is the fear of every shaitan, every dajjal, every bad person and negative energy. Their fear is Muhammadun Rasulullah and therefore they block every ishq and every love and every ability to enter into that ocean of love and nearness to Prophet. That we pray on this holy nights of Isra wal Miraj, and Tuesday night we'll have our majlis of Sali ala Nabi that our Miraj is a continuous. There is not a moment the ashiqeen are not moving because their durood, their buraq is in a continuous movement. The buraqs are like Lamborghinis, we have beautiful tasbihs, professional tasbih. When somebody gives us a little paper tasbih that look like if you do 5 salawat it's going to break, means your buraq is like a dead donkey. What kind of tasbih is that? That's not the tasbih of the Ahl dhikr. The Ahl dhikr, their tasbihs are built that they've made hundreds of thousands of salawats. Why? Because it's a buraq for them. Every salawat they're making, that tongue of power is dressing them, blessing them, changing vibrations. And that tongue of power is the ability to transform everything, anything negative to positive, anything dark and dirty and smelly to beatific and fragrant. It is the immense haqqaiqs and the blessings that Allah gave to humanity, hid His reality within that, and waits to see who will find me. Who are all these people whom say they love Allah but they're never in dhikrullah. When Allah gave Prophet to describe that, tell Tell them that these are supposable people who love me, they want to be all from paradise. Tell them that the circles of remembrance or the circles of paradise. There's a vortex and a portal. As soon as they enter into their zikrs in their homes or in the majlis, the angels are making a portal into the Divinely Presence from the throne and the realities of Rahman dressing all the way down. Even the servant who's not from them, sit for 5 minutes, will be dressed from them. What type of powers are those? Why Allah hid everything? Because He wants to see who really loves. Everybody now is a false love. Allah wants to see the love in action. If you truly love me, wouldn't you be remembering me? Wouldn't you be the people of dhikr and ishq and muhabbat? And as a result of your dhikr and your yearning to love me, I would have guided you to the reality of Muhammadur Rasulullah where you could find me. That you would find this love and this perfection and this character, I'm hidden within His holy heart. And as a result you would be making your salawats, which is all dhikrullah. This is the dhikr of Allah. Inna Allahi wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala Nabi. You would be making your salawat and you would be finding Allah and you would be dressed by Rasul Kareem. An infinite power, infinite beauty, infinite resonance and vibration. And as soon as these speeches and talks go out, every satanic dog is vibrating and barking because they're annoyed and agitated by the beatific lights. The beatific energy is like a pest control. As soon as you spray the chemicals, all the roaches come out. This is the immensity of the power and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. I pray that Allah give us more and more understanding, and that our mirages at every moment, at every day, all day long make your durood, make your salawats, make your praising upon Sayyidina Muhammad and achieve an infinite miraj into the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon. Wassalamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.